Today I'm testing out 5 car gadgets from Amazon to see if they actually work. So let's get started with the first item, which is the #1 bestseller in the automotive category, but curiously, the ratings aren't that great for it, and that is the Drift Air Freshener. This is the Drift Car Air Freshener. I paid $12.95 for this. Currently has a 3.8 star rating among over 18,000 reviews. This is currently the #1 best-selling automotive product on Amazon. We have a card, a clip, and here is the freshener itself. Oh wow, that smells good. It's definitely a strong smell to it. But they claim it is a wood air freshener with a luxury grade scent. Many scents to choose from. The one I went with is called Cabana. They say it's made from sustainably sourced wood soaked in fragrance oils, free from harsh chemicals or additives. Clips onto your visor with this clip. It lasts 30 days. Now those online who liked it, they love the way it looks and smells. They say it has a more natural smell than most air fresheners. But those who didn't like it, some said the scent is too weak, while others said it's too strong. A lot of people said it was too expensive for how long it lasts. It smells pretty good though. Now I just had my car washed and the scent they put in here already is gone. Good thing I have my Drift, and it's made out of wood, driftwood. I get it. Now there's a magnet on the back here, right there, that will attach to this clip. It's attached. Now the smell is pretty good. It smells like when you walk in a Bath and Body Works. That's what this smells like. It's a very pleasant smell. Now the only thing though is when I first unboxed this last night, I let it sit out in my studio area overnight. It permeated almost the entire house. It's kind of a strong smell. People that were saying it wasn't strong, I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe different scents, I don't know. This scent is definitely strong. Good thing I let it air out overnight because now maybe the initial burst of scent is gone and it will properly scent my vehicle. So it should be pretty easy. I've already got my garage door opener on this side, so I'll put it over here. It seems to be clipped on. Now it's gonna cover my mirror, but I don't really use my mirror anyways. What am I gonna look at? I got nothing to see. But there it is. It's just gonna kind of sit there. It doesn't really do anything else. I wish there was something to show you, but I don't show you anything. But what I will do is throughout my day and throughout this video, I will keep you updated on how strong it is, if it falls off. Even though there's not much to see, I will let you know how it smells. Stay tuned and I'll let you know if anything happens. Otherwise, there's not much to really say. But right now, the smell is pleasant. I'm also gonna be curious, what happens when my car sits outside in the heat and the blazing sun? If that smell, it gets worse? Or what happens when it sits outside and there's no airflow? And the air just kind of sits in here. When I open it up, is it gonna be just a blast of scent? We shall see. And I'll keep you posted if anything changes. All right, let's talk about my first hour with the Drift wood air freshener. To me, right now, it's a bit on the strong side. It's a little, I mean, I'm kind of overly sensitive, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt. But it is a bit strong for me. It's a very pleasant smell, but it's a little bit over my threshold. Now, this is the first day. They say it lasts a month, so maybe over time it'll actually lessen to a level that is acceptable to me. Right now, it's a bit strong. At least it's a good smell that's strong, but it is kind of strong. What I want to try next though is let my car sit out all day and then see if all that air that's been trapped in here is just overloaded with scent or not. That is when I get home. All right, I've got an update for you on the Drift wood air freshener. Now, I was gonna wait until this morning and give you my reaction after it's been sitting all night. I didn't need to do that. Here's what happened. Last night, I had to go somewhere and I had a passenger with me and it had been sitting all day in the heat. And when we got in the car, the first thing that my passenger said was, "Oh, that smells good in here." 10 seconds later, "Well, it's kind of strong." Another 10 seconds later, "It's burning my nose." I ended up having to put it in the trunk because it was so strong. It was just overpowering. What's interesting though, is that leaving it in the trunk, the scent that did waft up to the front of the car was at a nice level. Maybe over time it'll lessen, but the first couple days, it's way too strong. You're better off putting it in your trunk and just having a hint of it, rather than just being completely smacked in the face with this overpowering scent. I like the smell, but you know, too much of a good thing. I like apples, but I wouldn't want to eat 100 of them. Right now, this is going in my trunk, where the scent is actually a pretty good level. In my trunk. I'll keep using it and let you know if anything changes. But at this point, it's too strong. All right, it's another day and another update on the Drift air freshener. Now, after leaving it in my trunk for a couple days because it was just way too strong, I left it in my car overnight, and when I got on this morning, it was okay. Probably on the upper end of normal, but not too strong for me. So I think that at the first couple days, it kind of got that initial burst out of the way, and now it's at a pretty good level that doesn't seem unpleasant. That also makes you wonder, how long is it going to last? Some people on Amazon said a week and a half. Some people said over a month. They say a month. That still isn't that long. But in the end, I think the scents are good, but the overpowering smell early on is a bit rough. Plus, it only lasts for about a month and costs $13. I mean, I can see someone like an Uber driver, maybe who really wants their car to smell nice, using something like this. But for the average person, $13 a month is asking a lot. I mean, that's what people pay for Hulu or Paramount Plus. But an air freshener? I don't know, man. Now, I know it's the best-selling automotive product on Amazon, and the scent that I have is great, but its rating is only 3.8 stars, which for that many reviews really isn't that great. If the smell inside your car is worthy of a luxury upgrade, and you don't mind being painfully strong for a couple days, this is a great choice. There are, however, much cheaper options out there, and how much you're willing to spend on the smell of your car is going to vary greatly. For some people, this is a no-brainer. For others, it's just a no-go. Next up is an item that allows for some personal cooling in the front or back seat, and that is the Headrest Fan. In this box is a headrest fan. I paid $20.99 for this. Currently has a not very impressive 3.1 star rating among over 500 reviews. Charging cable, instructions. Here's the unit itself. Feels honestly a little bit cheaply made, I'm gonna have to say. A little bit cheaply made. But they claim that it's a headrest fan that can be pointed toward the driver or to the back seat. They say it fits most cars and trucks. No tools required to install. Now those online who liked it, they said it's easy to install. It does a good job of adding some airflow to the hot weather. Now those who didn't like it, they said it's weak, it's not reliable, or it's just overpriced. Now I've seen a bunch of these on Amazon and Temu. Not many of them have that many reviews. So I went with a listing that had the most ratings, but unfortunately Amazon said it's a frequently returned item, which does not bode well. So I'll read these over and get started. All right, let's take a look at this El Cheapo headrest here. Man, this feels so cheaply made. One thing I also realized is that there's no battery on here. I was thinking that it charges up. There's no battery on here. It doesn't charge. You have to plug it in while it's in use, which that's not fun. They do give you a nice long cable for it though. I don't even know if I have any USB ports back there. I'll have to check. Otherwise, where am I going to run this thing to? I haven't even started yet, and I already see why it doesn't have good ratings. But I'll figure it out. If I don't have a long enough cord, I'll get one. I'm gonna make it work and see how it goes. But first, the installation. Now to install this, it just has a couple of Velcro straps that just open up and go around your headrest. I'm gonna try it first blowing on my neck, and then I'll try it blowing on the back seat. But first I have to install it and then see if this cord is long enough. That's next. All right, this is what we got here. The USB cord coming out of the back. The straps are in place, and there's a button right here. Now right now all I have is 12-volt power back here, so I need to get something to plug in back here. So I can go to the front. The cord is long enough, so we can try this out. All right, it's time for the big test. Pressing the button. Oh, we have fan. We have a fan going. Here we go. Oh, it's blowing right in my neck. Oh, look, that kind of feels nice. Let me drive around for a little bit. The 10-second reaction is that it's better than I thought it was going to be. It's cheaply made. The fact that it's not rechargeable is kind of janky. But that fan on my neck kind of offsets all that. But let me drive around for a little while and see if I have any more observations while I'm driving. So far, I'm pretty happy with it. It actually reminds me of one of those neck fans, just only concentrated on the back. I just turned my car off and the fan is still running. It just turned off. So it ran for about maybe a minute after I turned my car off. Who knows? But what happens when I get back in my car and turn it back on? Let me turn it on right now. Car is going on. Is the fan gonna go on? No. Back on again. All right, now I know. I will say though that, I've been driving around for a little bit, and normally I wouldn't be able to drive around without my AC or some sort of fan on at all. But this has enough airflow where I don't feel that way. So I need to keep my AC off or my vent off. But I can with this on. Now that may not be the case when it's 115 degrees outside. But right now where it's a little bit warm, it's enough airflow, I don't even need to run my AC. It's not bad. My 1 hour check-in with this vent, it's nice, but the more I use it, the less impressed I am by it. Not that there's anything has changed, but it's just that I wish it was a little bit stronger. There's only seems to be one setting, on or off. There's not, I thought it was different levels, there's not. At least not that I've seen. I press the button, it goes off. I press it again, it goes on. It just feels like I wish it was just a hair stronger. It's nice. I've been driving around without the AC or without the vent on at all, which I normally wouldn't do. So it does give you that advantage. If it was 115 outside, it wouldn't make any difference. I would still be in blazing heat. I also haven't done the back seat yet, but I'm gonna do that a little bit later. But for right now, the first hour, it's good. It's not great, but it's good. It's better than nothing. It adds a little bit more airflow. Always a good thing, right? But let me head in the back seat and see what we got there. This should be easy to test out. All I have to do is reverse this and point it back at me, and we'll see what happens. All right, unplugging it, taking off the Velcro, spinning it around. All right, so that's what we got now facing the back seat. Let's press the button here. By the way, it is adjustable. You can't adjust it this way, so that's, at least they added that feature to it. Let's see if I can get it blowing right at me here. It's not, like I said, it's not real. I wish it was a little stronger. All right, there it is. There it is. We're locked in. Now, when my kids were little, man, they were always hot in the back seat. Even with the air on, they're always complaining about being hot. So something like this might be helpful. It's not gonna blow cold air, but at least it's got something. Sometimes the back seat of these cars aren't very passenger friendly. You have like one small vent supposed to blow across all of them. So this might actually be a nice little addition to your AC, maybe. But what I'm wondering about, look over here. Is that gonna be hitting me in the back of my neck when I'm driving? I should probably try to find that out. Right now, I would say that it works well enough in the back seat to be a mild success. I wish it was stronger. If it was like double this, I'd be happy. Right now, I just feel like I want more, but it's better than nothing. But let me get back up in the front seat and see if this cord's gonna be bothering me, because look at this sticking out like that. All right, well, it's not hitting me in the back of the neck. That's good. Where is it? The sound is still there, but I don't feel anything because it's pointing in the direction. But if you got a kid whining in the back seat, you'd rather hear the whir of that fan than some kid complaining about it. So it seems to work. All right, in the end, as far as the headrest fan goes, it's cheaply made. It doesn't have good ratings, but I think it does offer some value. When you're driving around the warm weather, any extra airflow is gonna be nice. Now, the Amazon listing says 3 speeds. Some people seem to have 3 speeds. Some people said they didn't. I only have 1. Some people seem to say it was rechargeable. Others said there was no battery. I got the one with no battery and with 1 speed. To me, it's okay. It's a good starting point. I wish it a little better. But in the summer heat here in Vegas, when any extra airflow helps, I'll probably keep using it. Moving on now from personal cooling to personal storage, it is the vent organizer. This is the Driver Pockets car pouch. I paid $12.99 for this. Currently has a 4.2 star rating among over 2,600 reviews on Amazon. Instructions, always good. They claim that it's an organizer that hooks onto a car air vent and can hold phones, glasses, pens, or other essentials. They say it can be adjusted for optimal placement. Works with most cars, trucks, and SUVs. Now, people on Amazon who liked it, they said it's surprisingly functional and versatile. They love the capacity, and they say it holds a lot of items. Those at Amazon who didn't like it said it's too small, not stable, not well made. So I have to look these over, and then we will get started. Let's take a look now at the High Road Driver Pockets Vent Organizer. It's the 3-pocket air vent organizer with cord port. The cord port being back here. Now up here, this is not gonna work. It's gonna cover my screen. It's just not good. All right there. So I can go on one of the sides over here. I guess I can go on the side right here. All right, we have it hooked. We have it hooked. And there it is right there. They say if you put a bunch of stuff in here, it could weigh the vent down, but right now it's not doing that. Of course, it's empty. Most people seem to have it over their middle console there, but that would cover my screen, so I don't really want it there. Let's try this here. Let's load it up with a few things. I'm gonna stick this cord through the back. Into the phone that can go in there. A pair of sunglasses. They seem to show I'm going over this strap right here. Put the pin right in this one. I'll put the notepad in the larger pocket, which is working. It's working. I still have quite a bit of room here, but let me drive around here now and see how this holds up. And if I can adjust my vent without it falling down. Looks like it may or may not fall. We'll see. Well, it's kind of bright out here. I need some sunglasses. Good thing I have some sunglasses in my High Road Driver Pockets air vent organizer. Reach down there. Oh, there we go. Didn't even have to look. Now the one thing is because I have it on my driver's side instead of over the center console, that cable going across my legs, it doesn't seem safe. That's certainly designed for having it over the center console, not off to the driver's side, but that's what you gotta do at least. This car will not accommodate in the center, so I'm gonna have to put it on one side. First hour with the air vent pockets. I really have nothing to complain about. It kind of swung around a little bit when I was driving, but it doesn't seem like the vent has fallen down too much. Of course, I have it pointing a little bit downward. I might try to load up a little bit more, a few more things. Let me do that, and then I'll check back a little bit later and let you know how that went. I've got 2 pairs of sunglasses here. One's gonna go on here and stay there. I've got this kind of heavy mini flashlight. I'm gonna throw that in there as well. How about a plastic fork? Not sure why I need that, but it's going in there. A few floss picks. Always gotta have those when I'm sitting at a red light. All right, now as you can see, it's already kind of fallen over a little bit. Maybe not a big deal. I can also raise this up too if I need to, which I'll try. I'm gonna let this go as is for right now. If I feel I need to adjust it, I will do so. I'll check back later and let you know how it went. All right, so I've been driving around for a while with this, and it seems like it's holding up pretty well, but it's a bit tilted forward and it is swinging. I wonder if I move this up a little bit, if that will fix it. Let's try that out. How easy it is to take out of here. Let's see. I'm not gonna say it's the easiest thing I've ever done. Maybe if I just take this entirely off, that might be easier. To remove, hold the base of the hook and push into air vent just enough to twist it free from the slat and pull. They make it sound a lot easier than it is. Pushing in. Oh, you getting my nerves. Oh, are you getting my nerves? You cannot be serious. Oh, I did it. What a colossal pain in the rear end that was. All I wanted to do was move it up one notch, and it took me 4 minutes to get it out of there. And I completely disconnected it too. Maybe you want to add some storage for your passengers in the back. You could do it back here maybe. It seems like no matter what you do, it's gonna kind of hang forward a little bit. I guess you could adjust the strap so it's not quite as long. I guess that'll work back here. What do you guys think? Oh, I gotta put my glasses on here. Let's take this for a little drive and see how it does back here. It seemed to do okay back here, maybe even a little better because the way this is designed, it's just not falling forward like it is on my other vent, but hopefully this is not hard to get off here. Oh man, it ain't as easy as they make it out to be to get it off here. Well, I'll spend the next 4 minutes getting off here, move it back up to the front, and then we'll see what happens next. Now I should point out that I looked up comments on Amazon about people removing it, and when I looked at the word remove, there was quite a few people that said, oh, it's easy to remove, but there were just as many people that said it was impossible to remove. So that's probably going to just depend on your vent and on your vehicle type. Overall, I can see that it has a place if it solves a problem that you have, but if you think you don't need it, you probably don't. I do think, though, that it does what it's supposed to do. Next up, we have a product that upgrades your visor mirror, and that is the lighted Vanity Mirror. Let's take a look at this visor Vanity Mirror. I paid $15.99 for this. Currently, it's a 4.4 star rating among over 200 reviews. USB-C cable, instructions. Here is the unit itself. Now they claim that it's an adjustable vanity mirror that includes 12 yellow lights and 48 white lights, 3 light modes, touch control, great for getting ready in the car. They say it works with most cars and visors. People online who liked it, they say they love the size and the brightness. They say it's easy to install, high quality, and long-lasting battery. Of those who didn't like it, most of the complaints I saw were by those who couldn't get it to fit properly in their cars. Should be easy enough to read these over and then get started. All right, I've read over the instructions, which seem very simple. I've watched the Amazon videos, which seem pretty simple. So I think I'm ready to get started. And I gotta move over to the passenger side before I get started. I was watching the Amazon video just to see how they did it. This is how they did it. All right, and there it is. Pretty easy installation. Let's see if it will close. Oh, it does close. Some people said they didn't close. For me, it's closing. So now we pull it down here. Let's take a look at the controls here real quick. First up is the power button right here. That gives you the standard white light, and then if you press the right hand button, you'll get a combination of white and yellow. If you press the power button again, you get just the yellow or warm light. You can also hold down the power button for dimming and brightening. So there we go. Now that I mention it, I don't know if there's an auto shut off. I don't think there is. I'll have to find out. I don't think there is though. But I'm happy with the fact that it closes. The mirror itself, it's huge. It's bright. I can see everything. I can see, this would be pretty good as a rearview mirror. I mean, I can see everything back there. It's way better than the one that comes with the visor, which is tiny. This is huge. I can see my entire face. Not that I really want to. They also say that you can plug it in and charge it in the car without having to take it off. So that's another option as well. Really, I need to see this at night. I need to see how this is going to be lit up at night when a light is actually necessary. So I'll come back tonight and we'll try it out in a real world test. Do not adjust your screen. It is just dark in here. Let's turn on this visor and see how it looks at night. And whoa, whoa, that's kind of bright. Wow, is that bright? Let's go through the different cycles here. Okay, this one has the dual color, white, and then we have the warm here. Wow, that is lighting up the entire cabin of this car. Let's try dimming this. Oh, it's much better dim when it's night. Oh, I just went completely off. Honestly, at the dimmest mode, it's probably at its best. Take these off here. Now let's compare the normal lights on here. Oh, look at that wimpy. Does it get any brighter than this? I don't think there's any adjustment for this. I mean, that's not even really that usable. I never use these mirrors here, but if I were to, I'd barely see myself. Well, it's definitely bright. I give it that. And I should also point out there is no auto shut off, so you have to definitely turn it up by yourself, but it's so bright, you're not gonna leave that on accidentally. So let's do a little split screen. I'm gonna do brightest and dimmest versus my normal visor here. So here is the dimmest. Here is the brightest. If you need bright light in your car, this will certainly do the trick. I think that it's almost too bright in many cases. I guess it's better to be too bright than not bright enough. In this case, definitely bright. The last item seems to be kind of a novelty item, but I've seen it out there. I want to try it out. It's for those of you who rock out in the car. It is the car cymbal. In this unassuming box is the car cymbal. I paid $5.99 for this. Currently has a 4.0 star rating among a whopping 41 reviews. Oh, is that cheap? That is cheap. Here's the parts to it. Now they claim you can rock out to your favorite tracks with a cymbal that fits onto your vent. They say it's a funny gift idea for music lovers and commuters. No tools required, 360-degree rotation. Now those online who liked it, they say it's fun to use. A conversation piece. Great white elephant gift idea. Now those who didn't like it, some people said the assembly is confusing, doesn't stay in place, cheaply made, or easy to knock off. This should be interesting. All right, it's time to install the vent-mounted cymbal. Now, people on Amazon were saying how hard it was to install. And like, look at all these instructions. Look how difficult that is. For a novelty cymbal, get out of here, man. You gotta make it easier than that. I mean, it's already something people don't really need anyways. And then you're gonna make it hard to install? Get out of here. Anyways, I think I have it kind of set up, I think. So I'm gonna have to clip it on my vent, and we'll give it a whirl. All right, so I think all we're supposed to do is just take this clip, hook it over the vent, and turn this until it's tightened. And then our cymbal, I guess I'll worry about adjusting that a little bit later, but let's try to get it hooked on there first. They say to make sure the hook is pointed downward like this. It barely fits. I've got to extend it as far as I can get it. Let's see, can I fit it in there? Now the problem is this right here is hitting the bottom, so I really can't even put it in the center. Get out of here. This gets in the way, so unfortunately I can't even put it right here where they show you using it at. So I'm going to put it on this side once again over here. Driver's side vent once again to the rescue. Let's see, so we're supposed to just hook it over. All right, seems tightened now. All right, there we go. God, that sounds awful. I know it's a novelty and it's fun, but it's not even a pleasant sound. I guess. Hitting the cymbal with my left hand might be a little bit unsatisfying, but I can't put it in the center, so I'm gonna have to put it over there. So I'm gonna drive around, play some music. On this video, I'll have to put some copyright safe music, but I'm not playing that when I'm actually drumming, so I'll try to match something up with it. But I'm gonna drive around, rock out to some Rush or whatever else I'm gonna put on here and see how this cymbal works. I already can tell you, it doesn't sound that pleasant. The novelty's probably gonna wear out pretty quickly, but we shall see. So let's drive around and see what happens. So, as far as the cymbals go, it's like, I'm trying to think of it in terms of if you're driving alone and you like to rock out to music, maybe, but is a 4-inch child's toy version of a cymbal good enough to satisfy that? I don't know. Maybe not. Now, if you're a passenger, imagine you're with that person who's rocking out to a song that you don't particularly like that much, and they want to go crazy with it, and they're sitting there pounding that. In fact, let's do a little test here. How many times can I hit this cymbal before it starts getting on your nerves? It's kind of like the owl. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? How many cymbal crashes does it take to get on your nerves? Let's see. Probably less than 10. It's a novelty item, and I don't see many people using it long term. Maybe the drummers. I got drummer friends who might actually play with that. But even still, it's so low end. It sounds so bad. It seems to overpower the music you're playing and it actually takes away from it. It's kind of a funny idea. It's more of a gag gift. But for actually using it, I don't think so. Well, that's it for this collection of products. If you've tried any of these items, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.